What's up, everybody? Anthony here, specialtymotorcars.net, and behind me you'll see my next offering I have for you folks. It's a beautiful one-owner California car, Buick Park Avenue, last gen Park Ave, a beautiful example if you're looking for one of these 3.8 liter front wheel drive Buicks. Kind of an end of an era for Buick, really. Excited to show you this one. We're going to do a full walk around of this car, tell you all about it, point out any flaws that I know of. Then we're going to take it for a drive, and I'll even show you the bottom of this car, show you how clean this car is underneath. Let's get into it. And here she is, a beautiful 2003 Buick Park Avenue. This would be the third to last year of this body style, 2003. They ran this from 97, I believe, 97 or 98, all the way up till 2005. 03, 04, 05 seem to be the ones that are most sought after for some reason. I think just the little final touches that they put on these Buicks when they freshen them up a little bit, but essentially the same car throughout those years. This is technically, well, it's technically a two-owner car, but really a one-owner California car. The car was inherited and then sold. So one owner throughout most of its life, and its California heritage is kind of significant here because, like I've pointed out with the last few Park Avs that I've had, one of them being a California car, one of them being a Arizona car, these cars did not, and have not survived up here in the Rust Belt area, just because they were subjective to salt and corrosion, and they just didn't survive. The bottom of the doors would rust out, the subframes would rust out if they weren't cared for. So to find these survivor Park Avs, they really got to be Southern cars, or just you're going to get yourself something with a little bit of crust to it. So this was a California car. You know how much I love my low mileage cars. 37,000 miles when I got it. I think it's got a little over 39 on it now. So I put some miles on this car, giving it a good shakedown. And I just love driving them. They get great gas mileage. They're comfortable cars. This one's not an Ultra, so it's the naturally aspirated 3.8 liter V6. But still a phenomenal power plant. And it's really hard to beat the 30 miles to a gallon that these cars can get. I know with me just tooling around in it, I was getting mid to upper 20s. I did some highway driving. I drive my daughter off to school every day. I take the highway to get there. And this car was just, they're great for that. They're really underappreciated for their fuel efficiency, for their dependability, the 3.8s, and just their overall comfort for what they are. Honestly, if you compare one of these to a like era Cadillac, I think these are a little bit better of a car. Hard to say that, but it is. And these were sought after when they were new. They were sought after when they discontinued them in 2005. So this one came to me. I did my typical going through. Like I said, I drove it. I gave it a good shakedown. It's a beautiful example. Bronze mist over like a shale leather interior. A really kind of common, typical color combination for these Park Avs. And even the LeSabres and the Centuries. I feel like every one of them was this bronze color. But at this point in their life, to find a nice survivor, I don't let that deter me from buying a nice one. So just under 40,000 miles on this one, 39,000, I don't know, we'll see when we get in it, but went through it, serviced it, not tires and everything, but it's just the right amount of, class with the chrome wheels. I did put white walls on it, you know me, but I didn't do anything else, no chrome anywhere else. I just the white walls to really set it off, to kind of give it that classic, yet modern classic look. We're going to go around and I'm going to show you just a few minor little chips or whatever throughout the car. Given its age, I think they're all minor things, but I like to point everything out, just so you all are aware of what you're looking at. Beautiful paint on the deck lid here. Looks like a very tiny little guy right there. Little scratch. Back of the deck lid, might be a light faint one right there. Tail lights are all in great shape. A little bit of a chip on the bumper cover right there. It does have the Buick insignia on the back. I always thought it was weird how they never really put anything on the deck lid of these Park Avs. The Ultras they did. They put a Buick tri-shield here. The earlier ones with the supercharged, they put the supercharged emblem, but it just looks kind of naked without it. But it's simple, I get it. But that's just how they were, these Park Aves. They didn't really go too crazy. You do have Park Avenue on both quarter panels, which I think is kind of cool because a little old school throwback to the GMs, like the Broughams. They put them on the quarter panels. You didn't see that really after the mid 2000s. They kind of simplified it and just put one emblem on the back there. But pretty clean throughout here. Forgive me for any pollen, because the pine pollen right now is absolutely horrendous. Glass is in great shape. Up over the roof, beautiful condition there. Little itty bitty, that's like a itty bitty. Edge of the door is all in great shape. Wheels, beautiful chrome wheels. Some very, very light pitting. See, just on this edge lip here, but beautiful white wall tires. You gotta forgive me if I cut in and out on this video. They're doing some construction next door, so I'm trying to make the best of it here on this beautiful day because we got rain coming in. But I'm gonna try to cut that out. Come down the doors here, nice and clean. Door moldings, bottom of the doors. Very, very clean, no rust. This is the typical spot where you see these things start to rust. You can see just a little bit of a chipping going on right on the edge of that door molding. A little bit right there. Very, very nice. Otherwise, it's like all original glass in this car. Bottom of the fenders here, nice and clean. You got the Maxxis white walls. I do favor these. This wheel's in pretty nice shape. Just a few little minor bits. Buick Tri-Shield center caps. New pads, rotors behind those wheels. Nice clear headlights. Corner of the bumper. You got a big turn signal bulb there. Or turn signal lens. Come across the hood. A little bitty chip right there. Hoods on these cars are aluminum, and I remember back in the day, when I get these cars, how common it would be to see corrosion on the front edge of this hood. This car, obviously being a California car, is in perfect shape. You get the stand-up hood ornament. Front bumper looks pretty good. It's got a weird little impression right here. You can kind of see it there. It's not a dent. It's not a scratch. It's almost like just a kind of a weird impression. Come around here, you get nice clear headlights. It does have a few little scrapes that Gramps looks like he touched up on the corner of this bumper here. But really, that's about it on the bumper. One of those nice clear headlights. Obviously, this car was garaged. A little bit of a chip right on the edge. Fender there. Brand new tires. Nice chrome wheel over on this side. Roof is in great shape. The old school GM factory installed theft warning system. These are the same stickers that they put in like my 1992 Broughams. Mirrors in good shape. Come down the door here, looks real good. A little bit of a chip and kind of a slight ding right there. Door edge, again, very minor little chip there. But again, no rust on the bottom of these doors. A little bit of a chip there. Even the door rub strips are in good shape, not dinged up or anything like that. There was a series of chips, 1, 2, 3, 4 here on this door. Kind of looks like Grandpa tried touching those ones up as well. And then on the door handle itself, 1, 2, and maybe 3, a little guy there. I don't know if, when it was parked in the garage. It's weird, I see stuff like this so often. It's like in the same spot in the garage and something's just kind of dinged into it. Maybe a refrigerator or something that's also in the garage. And it has to have one guy right there, a little chip there. But otherwise, nice Park Ave emblem. Across the rear glass. Boy, is it warm out today. Whew! Got the pollen and the heat. Show you this wheel here. This one, like the other side, you can see just a little bit of corrosion right inside here. Nothing too crazy. That's really just on the edge. It's kind of odd how it's like that on two of the wheels, but all inside the pockets here are nice and clean. I don't know what caused that. Whew, I had sweat running into my eyes. A little bit of an abrasion right here on the rear bumper. You can kind of see a little mark in the chrome and then a little puck mark there. Whew, that's about it. I mean, oh man, that machine over there, I get it. I'm in someone else's parking lot, so I'm not complaining. That is the 2003 Park Ave on the outside. Now I'm going to start it up, get it in the shade somewhere, I don't know, somewhere, and get the AC running, and we're going to show you the inside of this car. All right, found some shade here. Let's do the inside. Although now the tree is dumping stuff all over the outside. Can't win this time of year. But nice, clean door jambs. Again, no rust. This is where it cups the rust, because you can see this molding here. I pointed out on all the Park Aves. It's kind of like a V-shaped molding that kind of just cups the bottom of the door. And what happens is salt and, you know, all that contaminant gets in there and just rusts the bottom of these doors. On these Southern cars, you don't have that. And look how clean that is. I mean, dusty, just not rusty. Built at Orion Assembly in Orion, Michigan. Nice door panels here. We got the two-tone kind of shale with the, I don't know, neutral leather. I don't know what color it is. I'm sorry. I don't know what the upper color is called. Nice wood, metal wood grain. Sorry, I'm gonna get silly when I get the heat. When I'm in heat. Nice clean jams, all the weather stripping. Shows really well. Driver's seat shows really well. You can see here all the leather. Does have the side airbags. Nice and clean. Real clean, actually. You know, has your typical leather creasing, but, you know, no wear or anything like that. Wear through. Dual power. Up, down, works. Carpeting is all in great shape. Super nice interior on this car. Leather wrap steering wheel with the audio controls, which is pretty cool. The temperature control, Twilight Sentinel, we'll show you all that stuff. Just a minute here. Headliner is nice and clean. Again, inside all those jams. This is it. This is, if you're looking for a Park Ave, this is where you got to look on these cars, because everybody knows these cars. Who has one up in the Northeast will know what I'm talking about. You Southerners who don't even know what I'm talking about, or have never seen that before, probably think I'm crazy, but that is the common spot. Ashtray there, or yeah, I guess ashtray. That is an ashtray, right? Yeah. No, just an accessory outlet. But nice clean door panels. Seats, the seat back pockets, nice and tight. Again, look at that carpeting. Real clean carpeting throughout this car. Back seat looks beautiful. Nice soft leather. Again, garage car, because look at how nice and supple that leather is. It's not hard like a hard shell to it. Rear shelf, headliner. Flop this guy down. With 2 cup holders, a little storage compartment, and then you can also pop through to get into the trunk, which is pretty neat. Coming around to this side, and nice clean every way you want it to be. I did notice this guy Looks like it kind of almost like the town cars. It closes, but sometimes it springs open. It seems to be not as much tension on it as that one. The lid's not broken off of it, but perhaps maybe the spring that retains it is. That is common on the town cars. I don't really see that often on these guys. Nice leather, nice carpeting again. Seats, get those side airbags. And again, just super nice, super soft, super supple leather. And actually pretty good leg room for a mid-size sedan. These seats are all the way back, so I think that's pretty impressive. Again, inside those jams. Everything is in just such nice shape in this car. All the wood trimming, even though it's not wood, it's not scratched up or faded. Dashboard panel, dash pad. And that carpeting is just real nice. The passenger seat just as nice as the driver's seat. You can see just how nice and inviting these seats are. You know, and that's kind of why I'll argue like how nice these cars are and how underappreciated these Park Avs were. You know, compared to like a Cadillac, you just assume the Cadillac is top line, but these Buicks are just real comfortable cars. Just padding for days, comfortable, up, down. It's real important to check these. These guys, it's very common for these up and down tilt motors to go bad in these cars. There's 2 on each seat. All 4 of these are in fine working order. Center console as well. All right, let's jump on the wheel, start it up, get that AC going. All right, before I start, I always show you what I got for keys and stuff. In this case, I actually have all the original keys, 2 fobs, 2 of the original GM Buick keys, and then the gray valet key. So all the keys are included with this one. Start it up. Show you the mileage, 39,384 miles. It does have all the books, little pamphlets and quick start guides, warranty booklet, premium roadside assistance, and then obviously the owner's manual itself. All those in a nice, you know, vinyl bound Buick case. Little ashtray in the center, non-smoker's car. Another real common thing is these ashtrays. The little clip in there breaks from just overusing it or forcing it down, not knowing how to open it. So a lot of these I see with broken ashtrays. This one works perfect. Got a little tray here. Automatic temperature control. Another common thing with these is these screens to burn out. You can see how nice and bright that is. You can turn the temperature up and down. Radio. Cassette deck. Dual zone climate control. Passenger can control their climate should they want to change it. You have a provision here for a garage door opener. Probably dual lighted vanity mirrors. Yep. Nice clean dash. You get the trip reset, English metric, 39,384 miles. Twilight Sentinel over here. And then you have wipers, hazard, column shift, you know, typical old school car, really. Like this was kind of like the end of that era, because after this, you know, they kind of all went to bucket seats with consoles, and that's why these cars are so loved. And you got all this space here to, you know, kind of just feel comfortable driving your car. Another cool thing I always love pointing out is this. Look at the knob on the radio. I always think that's the coolest. Turns that up. You get temperature, up and down, We're gonna keep it down because it is hot, hot, hot. Actually, I think this tells you the outside temperature. Maybe it comes on automatically. Rear, I don't know. Oh yeah, 86 degrees, it's hot out. Seek, scan, all that good stuff. All right, let's pop the hood and trunk. All right, now I'll show you inside the trunk and everything. Got it pulled back out, nice and clean, even inside here. I mean, just look how, it looks brand new inside the gas door compartment. Those are a pop gas door off the dashboard, just above the trunk here. You can see nice and clean trunk carpeting. We got all four, apologies for the sun, all four original floor mats, which are in great shape. You have an emergency fuel door release should the release ever not work. Trunk release in case you ever find yourself locked in your own trunk. I think that's a standard thing that they have to issue on cars. After all these big Buicks and Cadillacs were used in mob scenes, now they gotta put that in there. Nice 3.8 liter Series 2 V6. Just super clean underneath here. Real clean. I mean, just like look at the condition of the coolant bottles, washer bottle. Very, very tidy. 21 date code battery. You know, just very, very clean throughout this whole car, even under the engine bay. Hood insulator. It's a real nice car. All right, now let's take this Buick up on the highway and we'll get it back to the shop and I'll show you what the bottom side looks like. All right. Just the wheel down here. Turn the AC down low. We're gonna get that airflow in the middle. Whew, beautiful. Today is an AC type of day for sure. All right. And we're off. 3.8 liter V6. Like I said, these things get great gas mileage. They're just great all around, you know, cars. They were the best of the end of the Buicks, really. Obviously, I know Buick is still in business today, but you know, this is kind of the end of that traditional older clientele that Buick really chased after, and that they were ever so comfortable. You can hear that air pump come on for the, oh, already off. For the rear level ride. After this is, I think that's why they discontinued these, the Park Avs, the LeSabres, is because Buick knew that their clientele was an aging clientele, but what they did understand was that the people love the cars. And still today, I mean, these Park Avs are so hard to find and so sought after. Even the LeSabres, the Centuries, Regals, they're just such clean cars. Modern, like the Lincolns. They're older but modern. Like they're modern classics, but not a classic in respect to, like, you know, car show classic, but just, you know, it's when you can say old is gold. You know, there's no crazy computers or insane modules that are going to cripple this car. No displacement on demand, nothing like that. No turbos. It's naturally aspirated, and that's what people like because they were simple. Cars today, they try to cram crazy gas mileage out of these cars, and they put turbos in them, and they put small 4-cylinders in cars that should have 6s, and small 6s in cars that should have 8s. You know, but they turbocharge them or twin turbo them, and you know, they're horrible. Anyways, if you follow me, you already know how I feel about new cars today. But yeah, anyways, these ones drive beautiful. I mean, just comfortable in that bench seat feeling. See if we can get some cruise control. Got that old style stock, which I love. We got cruise lit up on the top there. We're cruising 62, 63 miles an hour. You know, it's just nice, straight, comfortable. And it just rides so nice. For a mid-sized car, you know, you kind of get that big, luxurious, not super floaty, but just, you know, isolation and absorption out of the car, out of the seats. These Buicks, they were great cars. So as far as service work with this Buick, what did I do to this car? Look, Ma, no hands. We did 4 new tires, white wall tires, of course. I already mentioned that. Did pads and rotors, front and rear. Oil change on this car. We did a couple light bulbs. And the other thing we did on this one was the rear air shocks. Those are replaced. Kind of common on this era Buick, those rear air shocks. It's like a load leveling shock. They were a little bouncy in the back on this car, so we replaced both those as well. It's a turnkey car. Both sets of keys, like I said, remotes, valet key, owner's manual, all 4 floor mats. You know, it's a no-frills Park Avenue, but it's a beautiful example. It's a no-frills Buick. I mean, it's just these Buicks, all these Buicks are just not over the top, but, you know, underappreciated today, but very appreciated by the people who love them. You know, they kind of get pushed away by the people who don't, but the people who do, and I am one of them, I really love these Buicks. So any questions about this one, give me a call, 978-930-1004. Don't let distance stop you from getting a dream car like this in your driveway. I can help you ship it anywhere. I shipped it all the way from California to New Hampshire. I can ship it from New Hampshire to wherever you are. That's not a problem. Check out my website, specialtymotorcars.net, for all the still pictures. And check me out on Instagram, Specialty Motorcars NH. And then also Specialty Motorcars on Facebook. You get all sneak peeks on those 2 social media platforms. And when the videos come out here, that's when they're officially up for sale. But over there, you know, as I get stuff in, as I'm doing stuff in the shop, always get the sneak peeks on Facebook and the Instagram. Price on this beautiful Park Avenue, going to be asking $13,995 for this one. Any questions, give me a call, 978-930-1004. Like I say to all my customers, I can make it easy. 1 call does it all. Tell me you want it. We can work out paperwork, and we can get this car delivered right to you. Or if you want to fly in and drive it home, that's totally fine too. But the cost of shipping cars is usually a better bet than flying and driving. Ask me how I know. I just brought that Lincoln back, and between 2 hotel rooms and fuel and tolls and over-the-road snacks and stuff like that, it would have been cheaper for me to ship it. But that's the excitement to me, is, you know, meeting the people who have these stories about these cars, especially when I'm buying them. I don't get to do it all that often, but I had good confidence in that car. So it was a great opportunity for Pup Bear and I to hit the road, and I really enjoyed it. And thank you all for watching that video. It did very well. Hopefully we get a couple more road trips coming up in the future. Thanks everybody for watching. Now let's get back to the shop. I'm going to put this up in the air, and I will show you what the bottom of this beautiful Buick looks like. All right, everybody. I'm a little premature to the potty. Papa Bear is still mid oil change here, but before the camera dies, I wanted to show you the bottom of this 2003 Buick Park Avenue. You can see here all original exhaust, super clean, nice clean California car, 1 owner, new AC Delco rear air shocks, new pads rotors in the rear, new tires, but beautiful, clean brake lines, fuel lines, all that good stuff. Nice and clean on this car. You can still see like the anodizing on some of the hardware. Doing front, oh, we already did front pads and rotors. Papa Bear's just finishing up with a oil change with an AC Delco oil filter.
I got one question.
What's up?
How come everything you show is clean and I got the dirty job?
Some of us got to do it.
Oh, man.
But there she is, 2003 Buick Park Avenue, 39,000 miles, 4 new tires, 4 new brakes, fresh oil change, rear air shocks. She's ready to go. Rust-free California car. Any questions? 978-930-1004.